Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Zandvoort circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Antonelli, Oscar Piastri, and Russell, Hamilton, Albon, Sainz, and Valtteri Bottas, Hadjar, Behrman, Liam Lawson, and Perez, Alonso, Hulkenberg, Franco Colapinto, and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Lindblad, Stroll, and Gabriel Bortoleto completes the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We will soon find out. Welcome to the commentary box overlooking the circuit. I'm Alex Jakes, and joining us for the race today is Naomi Schiff. So, a sprint race today, and that means lights to flag, no stops. And how is that going to affect the driver behind the wheel? It feels like an obvious question, but I think everyone wants to know. At this stage, are you nervous or excited?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was a time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Well, welcome here for the whoa, hold up. That's a really high camera angle. Forgot to check that before I started. But hello, welcome here for the Dutch Grand Prix. No, we're not taking a summer break like the IRL season. Don't got time for that. But we do start here in the Netherlands after coming from the summer break. We got some parts in development before we started that. But yeah, no pace, not too much pace in qualifying. I was on a decent lap to maybe improve to 8th position, maybe 6th. What's the word I'm looking for? High hopes, at least. That's not the word, yeah, into the wall on my push lap and completely ruined it. Qualifying was already complete, so so ended up in P10 ultimately. So this is where we're at, and we got some points. We really need points. Sorry, I'm just kind of really focused on that Red Bull guy, like on the very right in the back, kind of looks like GP. But that's a Williams, actually. That's a Williams, so my bad. Anyway, let's get this race underway. I think part of the problem in qualifying was my car was overfueled, but regardless, here we go. It's 5 red lights and, a bit of a slow start, but incredible start for Carlos Sainz. We kind of cut off some people there on the start. We barely stay behind Sainz. Struggling to keep it on track a little bit. A bit of a tussle. I could have kept my foot in on that one, couldn't I? I was just afraid I'd end up in the back of Sainz, and I didn't want that. Off the road several times in qualifying at this corner, but ultimately I kept it in on the last part of qualifying, the part that mattered, and just found I had no pace, so yep. Anyway, we got the Williams pair ahead of us, Sainz in the last point scoring position. I gotta be very careful of lockups. So I'm gonna open the temperature panel. so I can be a bit wary of that. We're going to use boost 100% on this lap.
Mode active. We'll get some extra power from the hybrid system now.
We easily overtake Albon.
Long straight to get past.
And I happen to know that we can always... Antonelli, Hamilton fighting, sliding for the both of them. Me and Sainz are just sitting back kind of watching it happen, waiting for the opportune time. This is my favorite move to try and make down the inside or the outside of that banked corner.
Okay,
Can we find our way around Antonelli? No, we can't. He shuts the door. We shut the door on Sainz. So at least we're in point scoring territory. So let's not mess anything up here. 12 laps to mess things up. And starting behind cars always makes me nervous.
Boost mode if you need it.
Always makes me nervous. As Hamilton and Antonelli scrapping once again, we do lock the brakes. Wasn't paying attention to the temperature panel. I was thinking about sending it down the inside of Antonelli there, but I knew that door was going to close every time. But that's okay, we have the boost, we have the power to make it around. Maybe we have the speed on Hamilton, but me and Antonelli both with the straight line speed and boost, but ultimately I come out on top and make the double overtake. That was powerful. These cars are completely different, man. With DRS, that would have played a completely different game. I do think Formula 1 is a lot more interesting. We get way more passes, way more action. It may be a bit more dangerous, but I don't know. I think it all depends. The cars are just lighter and have more power, so I think you have to be very careful with the way you manage it. Battery management is not terribly easy on this circuit. You can gain it back pretty quickly, but it is hit or miss on where you deploy it. Now look at that, it's like a four-way scrap up and ahead of us. We don't get overtake again, and I don't have much battery to play with, so I want to conserve some. We have
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Oh, nice.
Well done.
We are the quickest. It is a four-way scrap for our second place. Deploying here, definitely. That door was always going to close, at least from that far back. I'm kind of proud of myself. I am doing decently well. I do like this circuit. Hungary wasn't my best circuit, or isn't my best circuit, to be honest with you. Belgium is, and I was doing well. I just made a really stupid mistake. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. Also, random, if you happen to notice, some of my videos have been down recently. The F1 community F1 management has been going to work on my channel,
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by
and they don't like they don't like me using the official opening titles as my intro, which I wonder if that was going to be a problem, but I wasn't getting copyrighted striked when YouTube checks for that stuff when you first post a video, and so I thought maybe, but
condition still looking good.
maybe it was fine. But now that F1 management has found my channel and are going to work on it, so all my videos have been blocked recently because of that, so I am working on editing it out, and future videos won't have that intro in it, but that's okay. I did wonder if it was going to be a problem, so that's no problem at all. I should probably change up the way I edit some of my videos anyway, make it a bit more entertaining for you all. So from pole down to third, Leclerc losing out. He had pole in Hungary too, and just didn't have the ability to keep it. We have the speed on Norris. Do we have it on Leclerc? No.
Nice move.
Actually, we have it on Leclerc. Leclerc has no battery. And we're able to overtake Norris. 2 double overtakes on the same corner, but Norris is not backing out quite yet. There he goes. Using all the curb more to defend. I promise the AI difficulty is not down. Those were not easy overtakes. I just had the battery and the power and they didn't. So, simple as that. So I don't know where our pace in the race has come, as opposed to in qualifying. It probably does have to do with the fact that I underfueled the car a bit. In fact, speaking of, okay, we got plenty of fuel to make it to the end. Now, do we have plenty of tire to make it to the end? The mediums are taking a beating, and it's only lap 6, so something to keep in mind for the race. As here we go, we don't have battery this time, so I do wonder if Lando Norris is going to get a decent run on this. He's way too far back for any move to happen, but some more battery management from him, and we could see ourselves back down the order a bit. Oscar Piastri in front of us. I don't know if a P1 finish is doable today, as Verstappen has the lead. He started in P2. I don't remember where Piastri started, but McLaren seem to be making a comeback in the IRL season. Lando Norris and Piastri dominating the Hungarian Grand Prix, of course, until Oscar Piastri had a gearbox blowout. So still that Mercedes engine just not very reliable for anyone. I think that's what gives Ferrari an edge. And I love it, but it's just not quite a bit of an edge, like quite enough. Like, it's unreliable, the Mercedes power unit, but it's still real powerful. So our first track limits warning. Carlos Sainz out of the session, probably mechanical failure, probably one of his best qualifying positions this season. I don't think the best, but one of the best. Of course, not in the IRL season. He is struggling there, but in this game, Williams seemed to have kept the 2025 rating, as they were pretty decent last year. Top of the midfield, I feel. Except maybe Racing Bulls, I think, still had a bit of an advantage over them. William Lawson and Hadjar absolutely cooking.
Yellow flag.
Oh, Piastri trying to...
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next
Wow.
track. No overtaking through the yellow flag.
Piastri not backing down there.
Green flag.
I am surprised we picked up 0 damage from that whatsoever. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Piastri wants that P2 finish, and he was not going to let that move around the inside of that corner go without a fight. And boy howdy, he nearly pinned both of us into the wall, just to try and get P2 back. I don't think that was my fault. I will go back and check that afterwards. But we do seem to have the speed on him, and we use most of the battery, but we get the overtake on him, clean and simple. But will tire management come into play here towards the end? Because I obviously have none. The others could be trying to save their tires, so we'll see. 70% is when the tires enter puncture territory. Of course, you could always puncture if you hit something just right, but if you're racing fine and you don't hit any debris or whatnot, then your tires should be good. Not a great corner for me there, but we do have battery to play with, so of course a P1 finish here is looking more and more likely. I'm not really feeling the tire degradation all that much. Corners maybe not as fast, but I'm not feeling too much drag on them. Obviously there is drag, I mean you can see it, but I'm not feeling it. So we got this lap and 2 more to try and overtake Verstappen. We still have the quickest lap, which was set a little bit earlier on in the sprint race. So this is how the sprint race is going. I have some high hopes for the actual race. I just need to qualify in a good position, in a decent position, and I need to just, I don't expect to be on pole. I really don't. So if I'm not on pole, then I have some work to do to get up to the top, but it's maybe looking likely. So of course the worst thing, absolute worst thing, and I'm probably gonna jinx me right here now. We've only had 1 mechanical failure this entire season, and it is a Cadillac. And seeing as it is the middle of the summer break, now after the summer break, I wouldn't be surprised. We got overtake. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a mechanical failure, and that would be devastating and frustrating beyond all measures. As we get real close to Verstappen, we are now on his gearbox.
You've got boost mode available now. Use it if you want to.
Of course, I think even worse than the mechanical failure, honestly, was the time that my hold on, round the outside of Verstappen. Oh, we can't make it stick. Oh, and he cuts us off too. Dirty dog. You dirty dog. Maybe it was my fault with Piastri. Maybe that same thing between me and Verstappen happened, but I thought for sure I saw a white arrow between me and Piastri, so I don't know. Verstappen not giving up that P1 simply, but do we have the straight line speed on him here as we've had on so many people? He really defends that outside line. The final lap, and we overtake Max Verstappen for P1. Mechanical failures are null and void now in the final lap, so all we need to do is keep P1 from Max Verstappen, and we will have made an incredible comeback. All it takes is for me to dip it in the gravel. All it takes is a puncture. All it takes is bad battery management to lose the P1 here in the sprint race. We're in puncture territory with the tires now, actually. I'm just now seeing, and I do kind of feel the deg now. Car doesn't want to accelerate. You can see the back of the field now. It's not even the back, it's the rest of the pack, which wasn't possible before, but save the battery for the end. But we do have a decent margin on Verstappen. Coming around the banked corner, we're gonna take P1 here in the Netherlands sprint.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
Well, that concludes all of the sprint action. We are so well set up for an incredible weekend of qualifying and the Grand Prix still to come. We'll see you next time.
Well, that was a random error message that I've never seen before, but there we go. 8 points. P1 finish here in the Netherlands sprint. Best result. We are back, baby. We are back. Charles Leclerc from P1 down to P6. That is rough. That puts the standings. I don't think it changes much. Lando Norris still ahead of George Russell, now by 1 extra point. So even if George Russell wins the Netherlands he's not going to be ahead. So George Russell needs to pick up the pace a little bit. Max Verstappen still ahead of Kimi Antonelli, still ahead of Charles Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, and we're still in P8. That's not going to change much. As far as constructors go, yeah, we're still real far behind. So I think we are beyond the point of really making a difference here. Actually, we're pretty close to Hamilton, so we could theoretically, if he doesn't score many, and if he doesn't score many next to none points in the race, then we could possibly overtake. But we need some, like, a P1 finish for that. So I think our best bet for the end of the season is to overtake Lewis Hamilton. Huge finish would be Oscar Piastri, but I think he's just too far back, so we're too far ahead. So I think our goal is to get P7 for Drivers' Championship, in the Drivers' Championship. But as far as that goes, thank you for joining me. Oh, that's right, we need to try and see if that was my fault with Piastri. Well, that was lap. Okay, so it would have been lap 8. See here, the bounce to go up is inside. There it is. Okay, I think maybe I did try to cut him off a little soon. Let me go back to that real quick. Let me see it from Piastri's point of view. So here I come. I wasn't trying to cut him off though. That's the thing. Piastri was trying to get there before. I mean, maybe I cut across him a little too much, but it wasn't intentionally. Yeah, I guess he didn't have much space, I suppose. That's fair. Okay, maybe I didn't leave him quite enough room. I wasn't trying to squeeze him out, but I didn't quite realize how much space we had. But brother wanted to get there before the yellow flag, so anyway, I guess my fault, but not intentionally. So, and I wasn't trying to cut him off. I just didn't realize how much racetrack he didn't have left. So, not really anyone's fault there. I could have done a bit better, but regardless, check me out. Get ready for the Netherlands race. So we're gonna go with that here pretty soon. So yeah, I'm gonna change up my video editing a little bit, style. No more intros. So, yep, that about settles it.